Thanks for that, George. Inspiring presentation. I got a sense of urgency insofar as there's an opportunity here now, and which we could miss. What would you say for the highway sector, so that they grasp that opportunity, yet they still look to the longer term in terms of, as you were saying, resilience?
I think the important part of it is, one, you absolutely grasp the opportunity, because if we sit like rabbits in the headlights, then the opportunity will pass us by. And government are going to demand outcomes. Government wants to see action. But I think the important part is that it's action with structure and action with a forethought, if you like. Because the danger if we run helter-skelter into delivering services in response to investment without actually looking at the detail of the opportunity. And I think government got a part to play in this as well. Government needs to demand more of the sector if it's going to give a longer term financial commitment. It needs to demand more of the sector, it needs to demand more of local authorities. So government needs to identify what its priority outcomes are, not just better maintained roads, but all of those issues that we discussed previously in respect of sustainability, opportunity and social value, and resilience of the network and future technologies and building all of that. So it needs to be considered action, not just we'll do what we've always done. Because if we do that, the money will be wasted and it won't be invested again. Whereas if we put structure in place, I think we'll see recurring investment in our highways network over the next few years.
Yeah, that's really good. And what you were saying about opportunity to change, what would you say then, so we don't just change for change's sake? There's always a danger when we talk about these things, never waste a good crisis, quoting Winston Churchill, but we're going to change because everyone's changing. With the highways sector, how can they, what's the meaningful, you might say the top 3 meaningful changes that are immediately tangible to be made?
I think it comes down to structure again. It's really about the structure of the sector. And I think the important changes that we have to make, rather than just, as you say, change for change's sake, is we need to change the pattern of investment. So utilise the money that's coming forward so that it's actually considered, that we talked about previously, that we actually utilise the information and knowledge that we've built up in terms of asset management. We utilise the predicted future of where we're going to be with our infrastructure and actually build around that, so that considered change from the client side. The client understands it's not just about get this done, get it done so it has meaning. I think as a sector, in terms of how we deliver, this is linked to client relationships as well. I think we really need to be promoting the role of small and medium-sized enterprises, the expertise and the dynamic that SMEs have that can move very quickly, have an agility, and that's a change that we need to do. It's not about just big top-down structures, whether they're commercial structures or local authority structures. It's about empowering small and medium-sized enterprises within local communities to actually deliver outcomes and deliver that change. And I think that's where the third change comes in. And the third change is about the real, true social value we provide. And that links back to how government funds, and it's linked about actually services that communities need. So better roads with better infrastructure. It might be roads that are multimodal and multi-user, so with a nod to the environmental implications, so that type of thing. But then if we're using small and medium-sized enterprises within local communities to deliver local services, then the money is being recycled straight back into local communities. The job opportunities are within local communities, and we enhance the social value, we enhance the diversity, and we optimise the opportunity.
Yeah, that's really good. I picked out in your presentation those 2 words, collaboration, 2 expressions, collaboration and social value. Collaboration, there's a tendency, we've been using it now, like you said, for a period of time. It could become a cliche rather than an active word. So you explained it well. Then social value, giving back to a local community and even services that are offered at a local level. And there's still a part to be played very much by central government, as you're talking about, and a top-down, but then the integration of all those parts that will deliver a completely sustainable resilience, as you're talking about again. I was just thinking about the interaction between the user and the infrastructure and the highways infrastructure. There's all these crystal ball things about connected vehicles and that sort of thing, but what would you see as the key part to be played by highway sector to make that multimodal offering to the user?
I think it's about bringing an expertise and a knowledge, and that's not just unique to small and medium-sized enterprises or to large enterprises. Bringing that knowledge, expertise, and bring it into a partnership with the local authority. And I think part of what government needs to do is it needs to empower local authorities, but at the same time as empowering, it needs to require them. I think in my presentation I said about monitoring. We have a very formal structure of monitoring for highways in through the Office of Road Rail. I think large amounts of investment going into local road networks will be some kind of mirror organisation, not about massive bureaucracy, but to effect change we need to empower local communities. That's through local highway authorities, but there has to be structures and there need to be outputs. And that's where we dovetail, integrate, use your phrase, integrate the opportunity for local businesses to deliver those results. So funding available to local authorities on a guaranteed basis, but requiring certain outcomes to be delivered, but allows them to put together a formal plan for their own needs. I think one of the great risks when we speculate about the future in technology is that the dominant phrase that comes forward is smart cities. And there's undoubtedly massive opportunities there. There's massive commercial opportunities, but there's massive societal opportunities as well. But the danger is that we end up with smart cities and done rural areas. Yeah. That's a very extreme way to put it, but we need to acknowledge the fact that rural communities need connectivity. They need efficient services, and they're a very large part of our economy in the United Kingdom. It's not just about smart cities, it's about smart communities. And that needs to be built into all of it for this to actually success.
Yeah, that's a great point you make there, because I think in this whole lockdown period, we've got another special place in our heart for the rural atmosphere. So once there is smart cities, the whole rural, the holistic view of the infrastructure is something that really needs to be taken account of. I think that's very good. So thank you, George, for joining us, and thank you for everyone who saw this presentation, for joining us today on this question and answer session. There's an opportunity at the bottom here to join in yourself. There's a community forums. Take part in it and engage with us, and we'll engage with you. I'm sure George will join us in that forum if you've got anything to share. Thank you very much.